Let's see the global view of the economy. Now, the economy as you see it is mostly run by credit. A lot of the monies you see circulating in the economy are credit money, which means money being borrowed. In all reality and fact, nobody actually has the money. Most times the money belongs to the government. So the economy at large is run by credit money. The more people are able to borrow, the more money flows. The less people are able to borrow, the less money flows. That's why you see that we have recession, and in the period of recession, banks, governments don't borrow people money. So what happens? Money goes reduced in circulation, and then we have what we call recession. And then after a period of time when the central banks have finished their balancing and then printing money and all that, then they begin to borrow to a few people who still have the capacity to borrow. And once those ones are able to borrow, then money goes back into circulation. Then we say recession is over. And then when money is printed more than necessary, we have what we call inflation. So inflation, recession is vice versa. So that's the global view of the economy. So just know that 90% of the money in circulation is credit money. Now, believe me, you all will agree with me that the economy we are running in Nigeria is just to God be the glory. Not to spite my country, I love this nation so much, but truth is truth. Now, in America, it is easy to know how many businesses closed down, how many opened, statistics here and there. But in Nigeria, of course, we really do not have these statistics intact. So, truth is, in the world, the picture I sent to you above includes the word recognized currencies, the words powerful currencies that really moves the economy. And you find out from that picture that the US dollars is one of them, the euro, the Chinese renminbi, the Japanese yen, and the Great British pound. Now, if you look at that chart carefully, you'll find out that the US dollars have about 41.73 percentage, which means it's the highest of them all. I tell you the truth, the USA, and being the world power, moves the entire world economy, because guess what? People, other nations even follow suit the US economy. As you subscribe for my mentorship, I tell you the truth, you see more light around these things. And this is why I don't offer my values in naira. Let me give you a quick scenario, a quick multiplication. Now, if 1 million people give you 1 naira each, how much will that give you? It will give you 1 million naira, right? Very good. Now, if 1 million people each give you 1 US dollars, how much would that make you? That will make you how much? 1 million US dollars. Converted to naira is how much? That's 360 million naira. Guys, you see why you should begin to earn in dollars. I think at some point someone saw my service. I was putting it in dollar, but yet I'm a Nigerian, and he said something. He said, I immediately asked what my service went for, and I put it in dollar. I said that, Oga, we are in Nigeria. You see how people can be. He said, Oga, we are in Nigeria, and I replied, I said, that's the reason why I'm not poor. And then he was like, no, he didn't mean it that way. Of course, whatever you meant, I've just given you an answer that I feel suits that. Guys, I just hope you're seeing the lights of this. So begin to earn in US dollars. Of course, when you put your product or your service in US dollars, in bracket, just put the Naira equivalent. Or if you don't want to put the dollar value, just in your mind calculate it in dollar and put your price tag there. Okay, I will say a few things about the future of employment in Nigeria. Number one is that employment will not be desired by many again. And then number two is that if you must be employed, then of course you must be able to bring something to the table that everybody does not possess. And also, let me tell you this, in these coming times, especially in Nigeria, if you want to really either be self-employed or be employed somewhere big and you're earning well, you must be creative or innovative, or you can be creative and innovative. So in short, that's the future of employment in Nigeria, is that number one, it may not be desired by many. And then number two is that even if you would get an employment, then you must be able to bring something to the table that is not found everywhere. Some areas of opportunities in 2020, quickly I would mention, is investing in energy or being creative around energy or innovative around energy. Nigeria has a power problem. You can be the savior. Just think and trust God for quality ideas. Nigeria has a problem in the educational sector. What can you do to change the narratives? This would guarantee you your cut from the future of education in Nigeria. Now, agriculture is another booming sector. You can look especially into the area of food. Telecommunication is a fast growing business, growing sector in Nigeria, and it keeps growing daily. Some of you here in this group, in the next 2, 3 to 4, 5 years, you'll be giving birth to your children, and then someday you hand them a phone with a SIM card from a telecommunication provider. So it means day in, day out, the number of those who keep plugging into this industry keeps increasing. And then public speaking, there are a lot of people who cannot face the crowd. Trust me, some people are out there who are willing to pay you to help them talk about stuffs, either in their seminar. You just position yourself well and give yourself a touch that people would desire to bring you over and places to come help them speak or train their workers and earn more. And in this sector, you just need to up your knowledge game. ICT is another booming aspect. Anything that has to do with the computer, that just has to do with the internet, is a huge sector. And day in, day out, a lot of people in Nigeria, in Africa, are tilting towards this direction. You just bring something extraordinary to the table and you would have your bite for years and years to come. Then the fashion world is another fast rising area, fast growing area. And what people don't understand about the fashion world is that you may not necessarily be the tailor or the fashionist. All you need to do is be creative around it. At some point in my life, I sold clothes, but I was never a tailor. Don't worry, when you get to my mentorship class, you will know how I was able to do that. But these are just some industries personally that I feel would really make a huge difference in 2020. 20. For those that would be able to plug in quickly, if you're already putting your hands around some of these areas, congratulations, just up your game. And I tell you the truth, the hustle is about to pay up.